After a few hours in the car, we were all a little tired, but there was still work to do. So after getting the late night fishing report, I decided to join everyone else in building our stands. The next day was all about picking a spot. After splitting up, heading to our different locations, we all found ourselves quickly overwhelmed by this thick shrubbery. After hiking for a few hours, we finally came across this spot. When we were here, we noticed a few bucks about 300 yards away. So we set up our stands and left to return in the morning. The spot Tanner and I set up in was quick to please. Fortunately, Tanner connected Approaching our final hunt with only one deer was slightly discouraging, but we were finding ways to distract ourselves. The final sit's here, and it's bittersweet. One last time to put our boots on, gear up, and get out in the woods. Kyle and I sat in a cluster of autumn olives along the edge of that same field we had been watching the previous few evenings, hoping for one last bit of luck. And while that luck never came, the sunset sure did, and I'll never forget it that evening. And just like that, our trip was over. There was no more hunting. But at the end of the day, accompanied by some laughs and the crackling of the fire, we gathered around and shared our thoughts, our stories, and our what-ifs, already planning next year's trip.